Okay. While deleting a branch, once we delete in local, how to push it is git push origin space, here one space, colon, that branch name, whatever you have deleted. Now, if you push the changes, this deleted branch will be deleted from your GitHub as well, deleted in your remote repository. Here also in your remote repository also, this branch has been deleted. Now it is there, but still it is showing here. Why? I deleted. I said like it will be deleted, but still it is showing. Why?
It's not refreshed.
Yeah, refresh. Yeah, this is the old screen. If I refresh it, it will show. Okay, see this. Now if I go here, test branch. Oh, it's got refreshed. Now see this test branch is gone. It is not there. Okay, that is how we delete a branch. But when deleting a branch, while deleting a branch, right, there is one logic here. Now, if you have modified into this test, means if you have did any changes into this test branch, if you have made any changes into test branch, this test branch is created from development branch or else like main branch, right? So if both are not in sync, right? If your test branch changes are not merged with the from branch to the from branch, then it will not get deleted by default. So you have to delete by force, with the force. You have to use one more option called as -f, means force. Git branch -d branch name to delete a branch. If it is not getting deleted, -f you can use to force delete. And then the push command is same. Git push or alias name space colon that name, that branch name. If you use that, it is going to push the changes. Understood how to delete a branch and push it? Understood, guys? Okay. Next, how to rename a branch. One more question I have here. While deleting a branch from GitHub, I want to delete this development branch, but I said we cannot delete the default, the default branch. Now my default branch is develop branch, but I want to delete it. Is there a way to delete the development branch?
Yes, you can change to other default.
Yeah, we can make some other branch as a default branch and then delete develop. Okay. Now, why we can't delete develop is because it is a default branch. So you can make some other branch as a default branch and then delete develop. Understood? Okay. Next, how to rename a branch. How to rename a branch. If you want to rename from here itself, you can go here. So you can go to this branches option. Just now we saw, right? You can go to this branches option. You can go here and you can click on this and rename it. For this also, default branch also, you can rename the changes. When someone pulls that, their branch name also gets renamed. But if I want to rename with command, you can rename like this. Git branch -m is the option. Old name, branch, existing name, and new name. But if you don't give old name, if you give only new name, then the current connected branch will get renamed. Right? If you give old name, branch name, and new name, the whatever you have given, that name branch name will be renamed to this. But if you don't give the old name, the current connected branch name will be renamed. Understood, guys? Yes or no?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Sir, while we deleted in local repository the branch, we can restore it, sir, again?
No, you cannot restore. Once it is deleted, it is deleted. Okay, you can't restore it. Okay, fine. Now, when you asked about restore, okay, I thought to explain one more concept. See, guys, I'm creating a folder here. I'm creating a folder here, not a file, right? I'm creating a folder called as dir1. Now, there is a folder here. Now, if I go to my git bash, if I type git status, is it showing? Is it showing to commit? When we create a file, it will show, right, in the staging area. That file is there, a modified file. Add it, you want to add it to staging area. So is it showing the directory here? Whatever I created just now? No, it's not showing. It's not showing. But when I get inside that directory, here I'll create one file, sample file, file.txt, something, right? Now, if I go here and type git status, is it showing that directory?
Yes.
So it indicates that Git will not track directories. Git will not track directories. It is going to track only files. If you have a directory, it will not track, but inside that directory, if you have a file, then it will consider the directory as a path. Means inside that directory, there is a file. For that, it will track. So Git will work only with files and not with directories. Okay, if there is an empty directory, it is not going to track. If there is a file inside that directory, actually it is not tracking the directory even that time. It is going to track a file which is present inside that directory. So Git will work with files but not with directories. So if there is a directory and inside that directory there is a file, it will track. As it is going to track a file under that directory, it is going to track that directory as well. Okay. Okay, that is one point to remember. Next, Git revert I'll tell. Let me check if I have missed anything. Okay, this I'll discuss. Okay, reset, clean, this and all I discussed. Branch checkout, push, delete, all I discussed. Revert I'll discuss in some time. This plumbing commands, no need to remember this plumbing commands. What is this plumbing commands is, whenever you execute any Git commands, internally Git uses few more commands. Those are called as plumbing commands. Git internal commands, but we never use them. Git internally uses those. Those are called as plumbing commands. You don't need to remember. Next, difference between pull and checkout. Pull, you know, checkout is to switch between the branches. Okay. Next, Git push, this also I discussed. One line, this is like Git log. If you type Git log, if you type, it will give all the full commits, right? This is a commit ID, right? And this is the author, like that. It is going to test message when it has been, the commit has been made, like that. If you want to get it in a one line, you don't want the complete line, you just want it in a one line, right? Then you can use this option, Git log. These are not important, just for reference. One line graph, it is going to show this. So this is the first commit, second commit, third commit, fourth commit, fifth commit. For this QA branch, then again one more commit has been made, but that commit ID is not made it here. It has been merged. Again one more commit, but this also merged. Again one more commit merged, like that. It is going to show in a graphical representation. Okay, either it is direct commit to that branch or else a merge also it is going to show. Now just now I explained Git merging or branch merging, how to merge the branches, right? Next, detached head I'll discuss. Detached head I'll discuss. What is this is? One more thing, there is something called as fast forward. You no need to remember this. What is this fast forward is? Through Git merge, when you merge the changes from one branch to other branch, it will show one message called as fast forward. Okay, that is just you remember, when we merge the changes from one branch to one other branch, it is shown as fast forward as we are merging. That is that. Detached head I'll discuss in some time. Okay, this also I discussed. Tags I need to discuss. These stashing also I'll discuss. Rebase, Git hooks. Git hooks is not a concept to discuss now. So anything else is pending here? Okay, these are all done. Let me discuss revert changes. Okay, revert change. See, now what will be my inside my Git repository? What will be the path now? I checked out to development branch. Here, what is this head file path will be now? ref/head/develop. Develop. If I get into this ref/head/develop, if I open this, what it will show?
Latest commit ID.
Yeah, my head version commit ID, right? Head version. That head version ID it will show. Correct. Now, if I type this for easy view, I'll go here. So I'm under development branch. How many commits are there in my development? 7 commits are there. So now I made all the commits, but this 7th commit, I made one mistake. Okay, let me do 8th commit also. Let me do the 8th commit. You will understand. So I'll go here, 8th commit. I want to create a new file. C.txt. Let it be C.txt. And B.txt, I made test, just a test. So 2 changes. I created C.txt and B.txt. I added some text called as test, right? Now I'll type git status. Right? 2 files are there. Git add dot I'm doing. So all the files will be added into staging area, both the files. Git commit. -m. Okay. Revert testing. Git push. So if I make a commit, is it push is mandatory? Do I need to use the after committing into my local? Do I need to use push mandatorily? Not an issue. If you want to see your local committed changes in your GitHub, you can use push. But if you don't want, you can leave it. But next time when you push, at least it will push that. I made 10 commits. I haven't pushed for all the 10 commits. 11th time I committed. Now if I push, all 11 commits will be pushed to GitHub. Okay. So it doesn't mean that for every commit we need to use push. Not like that. You can make 100 commits, and after 100 commit, if you use push, all 100 commits will be pushed to your GitHub. Okay. Now see this. I made 11 commits here. Sorry, 8th commit here. So total 7 were there. So now it is 8 if I go here. Now in this 8th commit ID reverting testing, I made a mistake. Now what I want to do is I want to undo my changes. I want to undo these changes. I want to go back to previous commit ID. So what you can do is git revert. There are 2 commands you can use. Git revert -- no commit ID. Okay. So, right. Where is that? Okay, here. Git revert -- no commit ID. This option, let me copy here. Let me use this. Git revert -- no commit. I already heading node. Okay, this commit ID. Where you want to undo? From this commit ID, I want to go to the previous changes. Here, take this. Copy this commit ID. This is very bigger one. This is very big. If you click on this, you can see that full commit ID. This you have to copy. Instead of doing this, what you can do is you can just directly click on this. It will copy. Here also, if you click on this also, it will copy. Paste it. Dot head you can give. Means you are saying revert back to my previous commit ID. Means make this commit ID as my head version. You know, right? Head means what? The latest commit ID. So this is my latest commit ID. Please remove the changes of this and make this as my head version. Means whatever the changes I made in this commit ID has to be gone. When I cloned or when I committed this change, at that time, what are my changes? Those changes I have to get. I want to undo these changes and make my head version as this. You are saying this as the head version. Now it is saying removing c.txt. Means it removed. Before making the 8th commit, what were your changes? That changes it will show. If I type git status, right? See this. This has been showing as a modified files. This has been deleted. If I go here, c.txt is gone. In that b.txt, the test is gone. The test, whatever I wrote. See, it deleted that c.txt and also it modified that b.java. There was a test some content I added, right? That has been removed, right? Now I want to commit the changes. See, have you understood that? Have you understood that it has done that undo for that commit ID? Understood?
But git reset will also do the same.
Amma Talli, git reset, where you are. Did I say this is a homework for you? What is git reset? What is git reset, guys? If you do this, then only I will get angry. What is git reset? Why we use git reset, guys?
When we committed.
Git reset. Sir, when we add a file into staging area,
add a file into our
staging
local
area.
repository.
Yeah, if you added into staging area, if I just want
Remove
to take out
from
it from
staging
staging area, then I use git reset. I shouted like anything and explained, and you are okay. Of course, revert, reset are similar. If you get confused with reset and revert, it's okay. But you are comparing and saying git reset also will do the same. Where are you, right? That is why even you practiced. Even after practicing, you people are getting confused. Okay, remember that git reset will just take out the file from staging area. But here I'm going to previous changes. Means I'm undoing the changes. Right? After undoing the changes, it has undid. Means undo. It has done. Now I want to commit the changes. Commit -m. You have to commit here because it just removed the changes. Now I want to commit the changes. Reverted. And push it. So as a 9th commit, I'm pushing the changes. What, Vaishnavi, have you understood? Reset. Revert.
Yes, sir.
Okay. So this is what, right? Now I go here and now I can see this in the history. I can see that. See, this 8th reverting testing is still there, but it had that file. It has that file. Test was there in that, and I added c.txt, one file, one text. But if I go to this commit, I reverted that. Means this commit changes were there, but this commit changes, whatever is there, that has came here. I undid the changes, undo the changes, and then reverted here. Understood, guys? Yes or no?
So
Can you click on revert?
Yeah, reverted. It will show that. So it had a one file, c.txt, that red color, it has been removed, and it has some text called as test that has been removed. Only these are there. By all modified text.
Sir,
Yes.
even after doing 10-20 commit IDs, 10-20 commits, if we give
Yes.
first commit ID, then it
Yes,
will come
it
to
will
first
revert.
again.
Yes, it will revert. But one problem is there. Yes, that's good question actually. See, there are some simple ways to use, like if you git revert is there, you don't need to use -. Git revert commit ID if you give, it will go to previous commit. I made 10 commits. I want to come from 10 to 1. You can use these options. You can use these two. Anything you can use to go. This also will do the same thing. To go back to go to given commit ID, send you back to your like the same way it works. But one problem is there. If you have merged any changes, it will create issue. I merged, see, from here to here, I merged to QA branch. Now, if I want to switch, see, there is a 7th commit ID, which is a merge. Now I made 8th commit. I want to check out, means I want to revert from here to some other ID. In between, there is a merge, right? It will cause issue. So in such cases, we have to do it very carefully. So when you do merge, it's not easy to revert back. Okay. We can do it, but it will create some conflicts and all. You have to take care of that. You can go to, for your question, yes, we can go. Okay, understood, guys?
Yes, sir.
Okay, we can go. That 10 commits also we can go. Revert also I explained. Now you have seen that reverted. For this development branch, I reverted changes. Now, if I go here into my Git, if I open my head file, see, it is showing the path. Still, it is showing. No problem. Nothing. It's just a normal revert, right? Fine. It's a reverted the changes. No problem. Not an issue. If I go to ref/object heads/develop, here also it will show the latest commit ID. No, not at all an issue for me. But to revert, there is one more way to revert. You can use like this also. Git checkout commit ID. That version ID you can give here also. Here also. This will also revert. But this will also revert. But what will happen is when you use checkout option to revert, what will happen is this header file, instead of having the path for the latest commit ID, instead of this, it will get the commit ID here. Instead of that path, it will get a commit ID here, which means the branch, the Git got corrupted. So for that, you cannot make any further commits. You can revert, but after that, you cannot make further commits. Why? Because that has been like corrupted thing. That has been like a corrupted thing where instead of in the head file, instead of having the path, you are going to get a commit ID directly. So you cannot do further commits, right? That is called as detached state. If you want to see that, I'll show you. For example, if you do that, it will show as a, anyways, why to see that? Okay, you can go here and okay, let me show otherwise if you have curiosity. Git revert for something. I want to go to previous branch, previous commit ID. Git revert, I want to go here. I'm giving git checkout. Okay, see here, it is showing as a not a branch name. Here it was showing a branch name, but the branch name he went here and it is showing here. Switching to this means it reverted the changes, but instead of keeping it as a development branch, it created a new branch, like a new branch, with this commit ID. So it is saying you are in detached state. You can look around, means you can check that, make experimental changes and commit them. And you cannot discard your commits you make to this. So if you want to create a new branch with this. So what it is saying is, finally it is saying is, it is in a detached head, means you cannot make further commits to this. If I open this heads file, see this, instead of the path in the head file, it is having the commit ID directly, means you cannot make further commits. If I try to do this, see here, it is saying detached head, nothing to commit. You cannot commit any further changes, right? If you want to create a new branch with this, you can create, but the same thing you cannot create because it is created as a detached head. Understood, guys? Okay, so always don't use git checkout for that. You use git revert commands. Okay?
How to overcome these issues?
You have to delete that and reclone it again.
Acha, okay. Mean entire repository.
Yeah, or else you can create a new branch. If you don't want that, it's okay. If you want to create a new branch, you can create a new branch with that. Or else, for example, git checkout. Okay, I switch to development branch. Fine, but git branch, if I type, right, it is showing. You can just come out of it. You checked out, but you don't want to use it. You can leave it. Okay. But that will be treated as a different branch kind of thing, but actually not a branch. So you don't use that. Just I'm sharing for knowledge purpose. Git checkout also we can use, but that will get into detached head. Why I explained this because someone will ask you what is detached head. You tell them that in place of head in the head file, instead of referring to the path, there is a commit ID, and and it will make you not to commit further changes. Means your branch has been detached from the head version. Your branch has been disconnected from the head version. So it will not allow you to commit the next further commits. It will not allow you to make the further commits. So that is called as detached head, you remember. Okay. Next. So that is about detached head. Okay.
Only from the detached head we cannot commit, right, sir?
Yes.
From
yes.
develop or other branches we can
yes,
commit.
You can. Yes, you can.
Yes.
Okay. This is detached head. I explained. First merge, create tags. Okay. Tag I'll discuss. You can take backup. Merge conflicts, let me explain. Stash also we can. First, let me explain here. Otherwise, let's discuss tags. See, yesterday or day before yesterday, I explained one concept, branching strategy. We'll have a development branch, QA branch, pre-prod branch, production branch. So first, we will have a development environment where when the developers commits the code to development develop branch, we'll take that and deploy in develop server. We'll test it. Again, when we merge the changes to QA branch, we have a DevOps automation. It will take the code from QA branch and deploy it in QA server. Again, we'll merge the QA changes to pre-prod. We'll deploy that in pre-prod server. Again, when we merge the changes into production branch, again, we'll deploy in production server, test it, and it will go live, right? But once we go to production, right, that code we have to take a backup. So today I moved from pre-prod to production branch. Now we deployed the application running fine. But after 10 weeks, after 2 weeks or 1 week, after 1 week or 2 weeks, again we'll merge the changes from dev to QA, QA to pre-prod to prod. Now, right, when we do like this, the production is not stable, right? It means after 2 weeks or some time, the production branch code is also changing. The main branch code is also changing. But for every production release, I want to take backup of that code. Why? Because if something goes wrong, I want to look it back. So for every production release, we have to take a code backup, right? For example, this is my main branch, which I use for production. I want to take a backup of this. How to take backup of this is, we can take using tags or releases. We can take either tags or releases. See here, I want to take a backup for this main branch. So here, there are total 5 commits. For this 5 commits, I want to take a backup. So you can go here, tags or releases. We can go here, create a new release, mention it. Which branch you want to take a backup? I want to take for main branch. Give it as 1 version, 1.0 version, and publish it. So we were able to create, okay, we weren't able to create for you. Make sure you have a valid tags. Okay, it is not allowing. Let me create a tag here. Okay, 1 second. Main branch 1.0. It will go there. Okay. Make sure you have a valid tag. What does this mean?
Downwards we have
Tags.
some,
Tags, I'll explain. Just a second.
downwards we have to,
Huh? Sorry.
I think we should accept the something that is just
Where? Where?
religious.
Where? What to accept?
Create new release.
Okay.
Come downwards.
Okay, this one. 1 second. I didn't miss anything. Choose a tag, create a new tag. Okay, that is correct. Here I'm giving title.
I think we should have a tag to release.
No, tag, no. For last
Come
tag,
down.
there we can directly create from here also, not an issue. Okay, tag, okay, might be it is not taking without a tag. Okay, so let me explain tags then. Okay, I used to do this. Okay, let me explain a tag first.
This is
Okay.
a pre-release. There is a, we have to accept it.
Can you be a little louder?
Come downwards.
First, we have to create a tag.
Yeah,
sir.
this is a pre-release. We should accept.
No, this is a different story. This is a different story, not tag.
No, in the drop down, choose a tag. We have to create a tag and then it will accept.
That's okay. That's okay. I'm talking about releases. Tags. Let's discuss first tags and then come for releases. We'll discuss about tags first. So what this tags? Okay. Let's take one scenario. Say the same. I explained right. I want to take a backup for every production release. Right. When the changes goes to production, I want to take a backup. Right. So we can take that backup using tags. We can take a backup using tags. Okay. How to take that is through commands. Through commands I can take. There is one command called as tag. There is one command called as tag. We can use the tag. It's same like like how we make a commit or something we do, right? Like that, we can create a tag. So for example, for which here, if I am, where is that? Here. I want to take a backup for main branch, right? So first check out to that branch. So this is a real-time scenario. They'll ask her, what are roles and responsibilities for you, right? You can tell this also. Creating a repositories, creating branches, right? So going forward for each tool, we will learn the roles and responsibilities. For now, what you can tell is creating repositories, creating branches, taking backup for every production release, taking backup after every production release. How you will take, they'll ask. Tags. Okay. So how you take? So I connected. I want to take a backup for this main branch. So how you take it is this syntax. Git tag -a, tag name and -message. Git tag -a. I forgot the sentence. Okay, tag name.
ఇంకంతే
tag.
వాళ్ళు వచ్చి ఇన్స్పెక్షన్
Go
చేస్తారు.
on mute. Okay. So tag, git tag -a, tag name. So this should not be like tag 1 or tag 2. Why you are taking this release? So right, production release 1.0 something -m message, you write it. Taking backup after deploying for deployment, some message, taking backup for sprint to something like that, which there are in sprint planning and all. Like that you can take it, sprint 2.0, something like that. You can give a tag here. Now tag has been created. How to make sure tag is created or not? How to make sure tag is created or not is git tag. You just have to type. Just 1 second. Git tag. It is taken. So with this name, it is taken. So what is this tag? It is similar like branch. Then you may ask, sir, if it is similar like branch, so what I'll do is after deploying, means the code has been moved from dev to QA to pre-prod to main branch for production. We are using for production, main branch we are using. So we can use so main branch as the code. So I want to take a backup of that. So what I'll do is, with this main branch, from this main branch, I'll create one more branch called as a release 1.0 branch. Why I have to create tag? I can create a branch itself, like release 1.0. You may ask that question. Yes, you can do that. But the thing is, if it is a branch, it will allow you to make the commits, right? Someone can clone this repository, connect to this release 1.0 branch, and then they can make the commits. Yes or no? They can make some commits. But tag is like a zipped version. Like it is like a compressed or something like, I can tell like a compressed version. You cannot make commits to that. You cannot make the commits to that. But you may get one question. Sir, if I cannot make this commits to this, you asked to take a backup. Okay, we took a backup using tags. That's fine. But the problem is, why we taken this? Why we need a backup? Because after deploying into production main branch, I want to do some testings. Means there is a bug in the main branch. Once we deploy into production in the main branch, we found in the coding there is some bug. If you try to connect to the main branch and do the code changes, whenever you commit, automatically your DevOps tools will deploy it. I don't want to deploy it. I want to do testings and all, some experiments I want to do. So you have a separate backup here. Using this release tag, right? You can create one more branch. Why we are creating a tag? Because by mistake also, someone should not make any changes to this tag. So that's why instead of branch, we are creating a tag. Why? Because they cannot edit it. So using this tag, whenever I want, I can create a new branch, connect to that branch, do experiments. If everything is fine, I'll make the changes or merge the changes to my main branch. Understood, guys? Yes or no? Have you understood or not? Respond, guys.
Yes.
Yes, sir.
Okay, yes, I'm not sure whether I think you confidently said yes. Okay, just we take a backup because in future, if the main branch gets some issues, to fix them, we need we cannot directly modify the code in main branch. So what we did, we took a tag. Why we took tag? It will not allow you to commit the changes. So as a backup, we'll take it here whenever we want. Using the tag, we'll create a new branch and then work with that. How to create a new branch from the tag? Same, connect to that tag like this, git checkout, same like branch. I said, right? You can connect to that git checkout tag name. You can connect to this, but you cannot make commits to this. You are under this release tag, but you cannot make the commits to this. If I type git status, it will not allow. See, it is detached head. It is also showing detached head. You cannot make the commits for this release. It is a tag. They'll ask in the question, in the interviews, if they ask detached head, when you will get detached head, you can tell like this. When I create a tag, when I checkout to the tag, it will not allow you to commit. Why it is not allowing? I said, right? Tag will not allow you to make commits. Why? Because it has a detached head. When you have a detached head, you cannot make the commits, right? Now, but I cannot use this, but using this, I can create a branch. Git checkout -b like this. Release 1.0 branch. Now I have been connected to one branch. This branch got the changes from this release. So I can do some changes here, right? Test it. Once it is fine, I can make the same changes or merge the changes to main branch. So which will deploy into production directly. Understood, guys? Tag. We cannot make the changes. Why? Because it will be in detached head. Understood? Yes or no?
Yes.
Okay.
But
Yes.
this release, how to download into our local this tag?
This is already in your local. Why to download?
Okay.
It is in your local only. It is in your
But
local only.
you told that this is zip file, right? But we are not having any zip file.
Bro, what question? Here only just now it is on in front of your eyes only. With this we cannot modify. That is the reason with this itself I create a separate branch. With this tag I created a branch. Now can I work on this branch?
Yes, I understood that. You told when we do this git tag, so this release 1.0 will become a zip file.
Not zip. Did I said zip file? It is like a compressed one. I said means you cannot modify
yes, compressed.
it. Yeah, it is not actually compressed one. Okay, that is my mistake then. It is like compressed one, I said, means it will not allow you to make the or else like I can tell like it has a lock, means that detached head. You cannot make further commits to this tag. Tag will not allow you to make commits. Why? Because it will be in detached head. Okay.
Yeah.
I said I just compared, like for understanding I said, but it is not like a zip file. It is not a zip file. For your understanding, I said like that.
Oh.
Okay.
Okay, but anyway, if we create this tag in our remote in GitHub, so there we will get one zip file, right?
Wait. You wait for some time. You wait. I'll tell that. So where you created this tag? Where you created this tag in your local, right?
Yes.
I want to push it into your GitHub. Why? Because not only me, someone else may use it in future. So I want to push it into GitHub. So you can push like how you push it to your GitHub, like git checkout. Let me check out. If you are in that branch, okay, I'm inside this tag. How you push your git push? You can use this origin, git push origin. I think 1 second, I forgot. Git push hyphen tags. Okay, git push hyphen tags. What are all the tags you have in your local? It is going to push those tags to your GitHub remote repository. Okay, it has been pushed into your GitHub repository. Now, if I go to my GitHub repository, if I go to tags, here you can see the tags. See, this is the tag I just pushed. So it is available. If you want to download from here, right, you don't want to connect, you don't want to pull this into your local and then connect to that with the checkout commands. If you want to download, see here it is showing as a GIF format, but not here. Right? But not here. Here it is showing as a GIF format. If you want to download that GIF or tar files, actually it is not GIF, but if you want to download in a GIF or tar formats, you can download. But if you go to releases also, it will show. Actually, we call in Git it as tags, but in GitHub we call it as releases actually. Okay. New release, if I want to create, it is not allowing actually. This is fine. Existing tag. If you just want to make it like with the proper description and all, you can create it here. But in general, we created tags and push it. Have you understood the tags, why we take backups and all?
Yes.
Okay. So this is not a GIF file actually, but if you want, you can download it in a GIF or tar format. But why we have to do like this is, I don't want to clone that. I just want it for testing purpose, some experiments I want to do. Okay, instead of cloning to this repository, doing all the checkouts and all, you can directly take it as a zip file, extract it and work on this. Or else you clone it, you get the tags also, you check out to the tag, create a separate branch. Here you no need to create a separate branch and all. Directly download the code. That code will come into your local, extract it, use it in Xlib and then start coding. Or else that much headache you no need to take care. That developers will take care. But you remember the purpose of tags, why we use tags, that and all. Okay. Tags for backup. It will not allow you to make the commit. So it will be freezed. So next time when you want it, you can create a new branch with that and start coding with that. Understood, guys? Is it clear? Are you confident?
Yes,
Okay,
sir.
this is one of the question, like what are roles and responsibilities for every production release? We'll take backups. How you take using tags. You can tell how. Same like branch only. We'll create a tag, then have it, right? Okay. So here I mentioned about git tags. You can git tag hyphen like this we create with that git tag command. You no need to tell all the parameters also. You can just tell like git tag, I'll give the name and comment.